New York City is one of the most talked about cities in the world. And today, we're gonna break down what it's like to live here in this great city. We're gonna pull back the curtain, but we're not gonna be sharing the horror stories. We're just gonna show reality. I relocated to New York City in my mid-30s, and let me tell you, if I didn't have the right mindset, I would have packed my bags and left right away. But if you can right-size your mind and be prepared for relocation here in New York City, it is going to surprise you in so many ways. I'm super excited today because we have the opportunity to film at 125 Greenwich, which is in the financial district just south of the World Trade Center site. This gorgeous building by Raphael Vignoli has incredibly stunning apartments. So here we are, this is this gorgeous kitchen. These are immediate occupancy. So if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and we will get you plenty of information. They have a great sales team here that'll be able to show us around. The very first thing people notice when they move here to New York City is the pace. New York City is an incredibly energetic city and it moves fast. The second you walk out your door and you start your commute, you're gonna feel it. You are going to feel the pace. You're gonna feel everybody moving at a rapid speed. It's not a bad thing. It's just everybody is trying to get to where they're going as fast as possible. And you can feel that whether you're on a subway or hailing a taxi cab or a ride share. It's just all about pace and efficiency because time is very valuable and that's why they probably often rush. You've probably experienced yourself a rude New Yorker, somebody who's impatient, and I think that is a byproduct of the pace because everything moves very efficiently. People aren't necessarily being rude, they're just very direct, they're to the point, and they are just trying to maximize their time. So it is one thing you have to really be prepared for, but you'll get used to it, and every once in a while you have to stop, take a breath, and the one thing that I recommend is always having a mental outlet so you can calm yourself down and normalize from the day-to-day hustle and bustle. This next one is about space. Without a doubt, you're going to end up in a much smaller living space than you probably have now. That's just a matter of life here in New York City because every square inch matters. And when you move here, you're also going to have to probably right-size your furniture because the spaces are smaller, so we need smaller furniture just to fit into these apartments that we all live in. But with the small spaces and maybe not having a backyard, your lifestyle changes. Your neighborhood becomes your backyard. So the restaurants, the cafes, the parks, all of that just folds into the fabric of your life. And before you know it, your life is so much richer with so much diversity and everyday experiences that you just can't get anywhere else. Hi, I'm Heather Domi and I lead the Heather Domi team. We help people relocate to New York City, and that is one of the things that we love to do. Putting the pieces of the puzzle together when you're relocating is something that you should not do alone. It is an overwhelming city, and we love making this simple and easy for you, stress-free. So give us a call at the number below or send us an email. We're happy to help. So this next one is the one that everybody wants to know about because it is essentially one of the most important things when you're relocating here to New York, and that is the cost of living. Yes, New York City is expensive. There is no way around it. If you are trying to figure out how to make it work, there are several ways to be able to do that. It's really about your lifestyle and whatever trade-offs you're willing to make. Each neighborhood has something to offer, but some neighborhoods that are more central or some of the more iconic neighborhoods are definitely the more expensive neighborhoods. And there's plenty of adjacent neighborhoods that offer opportunity that can make city living more affordable. Two people with the same income can have entirely different lives and experiences when they're here living in New York City. So prioritizing what's important to you, working within your budget, those are the important pieces to this puzzle. That's what we're here for, and that's what we do. We help you piece it all together from a location standpoint, a financial standpoint, a commute standpoint, family, schools, all of that stuff you put together, and we help figure it out. But yes, I cannot deny that New York City is expensive, but there are ways to manage it. If you're planning to relocate to New York City, I'd love to know where you're coming from. So please drop a comment below. I read all of the comments, and I really would love to hear what you want to know about New York City, but also where you're coming from, because that helps me shape these videos for you. I've already insinuated a little bit about this next one, and it all has to do with location. So choosing the wrong neighborhood can have the biggest impact. And let me tell you, I chose the wrong neighborhood when I first moved here. I really didn't think about what life was going to be like outside of work. I didn't think about what activities I wanted to do, what I wanted to be close to, where I might want to socialize. None of that stuff was on my list when I was moving to New York City, and it made that first year for me not the greatest. Sure, my commute was easy, but my neighborhood was not very well developed. There were a lot of empty commercial spaces on the block that I was living on. It wasn't really close to anything. It was super gritty. So it did have an impact. And that first year, I actually got a dog, and we were too far away from a dog park. So, those are the things that you want to think about when you're moving to New York, because this shapes your entire experience. So you could come to New York and decide this city isn't for you, but only because you've picked the wrong neighborhood. It's not the city, it truly is the neighborhood. A lot of people, when they move to New York City, they worry about connecting with others, finding a social circle. It does feel like New York City would be an unfriendly place. And let me tell you, on the surface level, it is. But once you get into a routine, and once you also start to make an effort and put yourself out there, you're going to find that New Yorkers are very connected. They love to socialize. They are very welcoming to newcomers. It can be an easy place for you to find a great community, and fast. Many people, often they plug in. If they have children, they'll plug in to the community through their schools. They'll find friends through work. So there's lots of different activities that people do, whether it's running clubs or playing tennis or going to Broadway shows, things like that. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of dinner clubs, and there's also a lot of different professional development clubs. So lots of opportunity here. You just have to plug yourself in. You'll get used to having your doorman. If you live in a doorman building, you'll get to know them. That'll be part of your community. You'll meet some of your neighbors. Sometimes you're not gonna meet all your neighbors. I still have people on my floor that I don't think I know all their names. It's not uncommon, because some people in New York City do keep to themselves, and it's usually, again, they're focused. It really has nothing to do with anything else other than being focused on what they're doing. But if you just say hello and you take the first step, it's very simple, and people are super friendly. If you're considering a move to New York, understanding all of these realities can really make a difference. I'm not here to convince you, but I do love sharing all this information up front so you can understand what life is going to be like when you transition here to this city. Living in New York City can make you very decisive and confident. And there's a few reasons why. You are faced from the moment you get up with a decision. Every single thing in New York City is a decision. You're checking the weather. You're determining what your path to work is going to be. Are you going to be walking? Are you going to be on the subway? Is it raining and gross and you want to take a cab or a ride share? So those are things that you're going to be doing every single day, even once you get to work. Obviously, you have a lot of decisions to make at work. But because of this, it really teaches you to think quickly, trust yourself, and be confident in what you're doing. And I have to give you just a little bit from my perspective. When I moved to New York, I thought it was gonna be a 2-year stint, and I thought I would go back to Miami where I was living at the time. However, once I got here, this city kind of got inside of me. I fell in love with it, and it brought out the very best in me. So that is something that I think happens for a lot of people. It's competitive, so you have to be on top of your game. You have to be resourceful. And I think it shows you how much you can do. It pushes you to your outer limits, and it shows you your resiliency and your ability to rise to the occasion. This last one has to do with setting your priorities and determining what you value most. New York City has just a very clear way of showing you what's truly important to you. As I mentioned before, time is a very valuable asset in this city, and you'll soon learn what the other trade-offs are that you're willing to live with. So are you looking for space or are you looking for location? Because if you're looking for space, you might be looking for a neighborhood that's a little bit off the beaten path. If you're looking for location, that's gonna drive the equation and you might end up with something smaller. If you're looking for quiet or if you're looking for energy, that's also gonna depend and shape where you live in this city. And then finally, really, it's just convenience or character, because sometimes the most convenient neighborhood for you isn't gonna give the most character that some of these other neighborhoods offer. So if you want something that's full of character, but it might not be the closest to where your commute is or where the schools are for your children, there's going to be a trade-off, because you're probably going to have to commute further than you like in order to have a great neighborhood with a lot of character. And once you've answered these things honestly, everything here just gets easier. So it really is knowing your priorities, what you value to make your life the best it can be when you're here in New York City. New York City isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But for the right person, in the right neighborhood, the right expectations, it can be an incredible experience. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I relocated here myself. It was nearly 20 years ago. And if I did not right-size my mind, I think I would have left very, very soon after moving here. But I was willing to put in the work and figure this city out. So this city has so much to offer from a perspective of, all the culture the city has to offer, career compression and career opportunities, and being around some of the smartest brains in the country. This city has so much to offer. So if you're thinking of moving to New York City, we are a resource for you. And we actually have videos on so many different topics for you to check out. One of the ones we recently posted, biggest mistakes when relocating to New York City. So check that one out. If you're looking to do a deep dive on the cost of living, we have something that can help you there. Pros and cons of living in New York City. So just check out our channel. We drop new videos every single week. And so we are grateful that you are here. We love to hear from you. Comment below what you like and what you'd like to hear.